No.
Okay. Where should the 2 go to be vertical?
The two should go below the one.
Okay. And what if I put the 1 over here? Where would the 2 go for it to be vertical?
To the right or like up.
Right. Okay. Yep. Good. Okay. So there's angle 1, there's angle 2. So there's a sketch a picture. This is good. Um, Labeling all the given information. Okay, provided definition without any counterexamples. So what do you know about vertical angles? So there's 2 options in this class. Like they either are congruent or they add up to something. What
Okay.
do you know about vertical angles? Are they congruent or do
Uh,
they add up to something?
that they're congruent.
They're congruent. So you would say vertical angles are congruent. That's your definition.
Okay.
Okay, so you got that down.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done the first 2. All right. Now we have to solve. Okay. Now, in this case, we're going to set the 2 angles equal to each other. The measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. That's kind of a definition, but it's not necessary. You're going to write the equation 4/3 x plus 2 equal to 2 times x minus 2, like that.
Okay. Got it.
All right, now, there's some more questions for you. Um, what do you do to solve something like this? And there's a lot of answers.
So first,
Correct.
I would usually like take out the fractions, clear the fractions.
Okay. I agree. What about though this on the right here?
Given, wouldn't we start with like the given number, or
What given number is that?
that would be two, right? Or
Yeah, so what can you do to the 2 on the right here? What can you do with it with the parentheses?
like solve them or clear them.
Okay, how do you clear them? What does it become on the
Uh,
right?
Adding two,
So this
or
2 is multiplying what's inside parentheses.
oh, so making it x minus four.
Do you have to multiply both of them?
So two x minus four.
Yes.
Oh,
Now I think you're in shape to get rid of the fraction.
yeah.
So what do you multiply everything by to get rid of the fraction?
Would you multiply by the denominator? So three.
Yes. Yes. So you multiply everything by 3.
Okay.
Do that for us, please.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about multiplying 4/3, what that would get.
Okay, so 3 times 4/3. What's the number that goes under the 3? What is always allowed to go on the bottom?
Uh, I'm confused. It's but
Value is three.
three, yeah. So one,
1.
one
Good.
definitely.
Okay, good. So multiply the tops
So it'd be
and
12/3 then, right?
okay, and what does that reduce to?
That reduces to 6/2.
Nope. Try again.
6/1.
Nope. 12 divided by 3. How many times does 3 go into 12?
4 times.
4 times. The reason you chose 3 is because it clears the fraction, so you shouldn't have a fraction when you're done. Okay,
Okay.
so that's 4x. Keep going. What's the rest of this?
4x plus 6 equals 6x minus 4 or
No.
minus
Nope.
12. Sorry.
Yes. So that's the classic thing to not multiply all of them. You see, I'm trying to show you, make sure you did it to all of them. All right, now this is a multi-step equation. You want to move the variable you typically move the smaller to the larger, but you can actually solve this any way you want. I'm suggesting that moving the 4x to the right as a first step, but that's up to you. This should be something you're comfortable solving, but if it's not, let me know.
Okay. Would I start out with clearing one of the X's first, or?
Yes, that's what I mean by moving the smaller to the larger.
Okay.
Yeah, moving what whichever one is smaller, 4x or 6x to the other side. I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
You don't subtract 4x minus 6x?
No, you divide it. You divide it.
Then how do you go to the other side?
Wait, hold
All right, I am back. How are you doing on this?
on. I'm almost done.
Hey, hi Matthew, Jesse.
Hey Jesse.
Can't he subtract 4x from 6x and get 2x?
Yes, and that's what I'm, so this is a prerequisite skill. This is something that he learned last year. We've done some equations like this in our lessons. He's doing them in the classroom.
I
So
know.
there's some disconnect, like he should be able to dive right in and solve this. Now, whether he can or not, but yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking for here. Is
So
him to
you
be able
don't
to,
divide 4 and 12? I thought for some reason you
no,
have to start like
no,
that.
no. And we could do a review on how to solve multi-step equations. But generally you move the variables first, then you move then you solve this as a two-step equation where you undo addition and subtraction before multiplication division on the side with the variable. So you look at the side with the
Yeah.
variable now and go from there.
Okay.
So Matthew, can you? I mean, I see why you're subtracting 4x from 6x, but why do you think Remy's thinking divide? I know there's another.
No, I only
possible-
thought it was divide because it's like if it's multiply, then you divide it, and the X I thought was like almost implying multiplying. But
Yeah, but because they're the same, right, Matthew? Because 4x and 6x are like both X factors, they're kind of
Yeah,
equal. right?
it's hard for me to say exactly why, because that at some point you are going to divide by the number in front of the variable.
Right,
Like
at
it
the
is a
end,
step that you do, but you have to do it, last.
right.
Like you fold your laundry, when you put your laundry away, you fold it, or at least that's, common practice. You don't fold it before it goes in, but it's part of the whole step, so
Yeah,
maybe there's just some confusion there about what to do. So keep going, Remy. Undo the addition and subtraction, then undo the multiplication division. Give me the value of X.
okay.
yeah.
I got final answer X equals 9.
Okay. All right. So if we go back to our list of things, label your answer. Is that the answer? Like, is that what they want here? Did they want X or do they want something else?
They're in the measures.
Yeah, so this is an intermediate step, so we got to keep going. It's almost like you're going back to the original problem here, which is to determine the angle measures. And so even though you've done a lot of good stuff, you're not even close to being done because you've got to put this number into each of these equations. So you got to take 9 and put it in there, and 9 and put it in there. So the measure of angle 1 is 4/3 times 9 plus 2. Measure of angle 2 is 2 times 9 minus 2. So on the one on the left here, is a fraction, so you have to multiply the top, multiply the bottoms. This one over here, kind of leave it up to you how you want to do that. But go ahead and find these two angle measures for us, please.
Okay. I believe I got the other angle measures.
Okay,
Not
give me
sure.
the angle measure for the first one.
I got 10 for the first one.
Okay, how did you get 10?
I multiplied 4 and 9 and then multiplied 3 and 1.
Okay, what is, and that's 36 over 3. So what does
Yeah.
that reduce to?
But that reduced to 12 over 1.
Okay, plus
Oh,
2.
12, yeah. Oh, so 14. Okay, I subtracted
Okay.
it.
All right.
And then I got 7 for the second one, which I definitely don't think is right.
It's definitely not correct. 9 minus 2 is 7, but what's this
Yeah,
2
I
on the
know.
outside?
I was like subtracting multiple
Well,
numbers.
what did you do? What did you do previously? What did you do with the number on the outside here? That's 2
I
times
I
x1.
multiplied it in like
Okay, so the same thing applies here. Subtract and then multiply.
$14.
The same angle, right?
Yeah.
M1 and M2 are the
Yeah.
same, so you should get the same result.
Then would you add
So
2?
look, 9 minus 2 is 7.
Yeah, I know.
7 times 2 is,
14.
okay, that's your answer, be confident.
What about the m greater than 2? Or m less than
No,
2?
it's
like
angle,
that?
angle 2.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it would be 14 then.
Yeah, you multiply, right? 2 times 7
Yeah,
is 14. Now, are you surprised that these are the same?
No, because they're supposed to be congruent.
Exactly. And that's what your teacher is wanting to do. It says label your answer. Okay, we did that. Check your answers by plugging X to make sure that they fit your definition. If they're congruent, then they better have the same angle measure. That's the whole reason the teacher wanted you to put the definition so that when you get your answer, you know that it's right. Like it's like a check,
Yeah,
basically. That's the idea. Now, in the course of taking a test or exam, maybe you won't have time to do all that, but that is what they would
yeah.
Yeah.
Get it.
All right. So for this one here, it's a linear pair. What do you remember about a linear pair?
I remember linear pairs. Would they be the ones that like never touch, or those are different?
So here's a linear pair. There's a line, which that's not great, but there's a ray coming out of it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, so what I feel like is lacking because these two problems, you really need some note cards, go to a Quizlet. You need something that's going to help you to remember these. Like it shouldn't be a stretcher by now for you to know exactly what these are. That's really an important step for you to be able to do
Okay.
well in this class.
Okay.
All right, so this is angle 3, this is angle 4, or they could be switched. It doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, Matthew, what'd you say again? Sorry.
Well, the first thing is to ask you to draw something, but it doesn't matter whether this is 3 and this is 4, this is 4 and this is 3.
Okay.
Okay. But more importantly is the definition. What do you know about the two angles that make up a linear pair? Are they congruent or do they add up to something?
Seems like it adds up to something.
Okay, so what is the measure of angle 3 plus the measure angle 4 in this case?
7.
Well, that you're right. 3 plus 4 is 7, but we're talking about degree measures. What's the degree measure of a straight line?
You know? What's a square? How many angle, what is a square divided?
It's 4. There's 4 angles.
What degrees are
30,
there? 90.
90.
So 1/2 of that. Half of 490s. 360s in a total circle.
Yeah.
Half of 360. 180. So he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a straight line. This and this are gonna add up to 180. Wherever you put that angle.
I don't like doing math like this. So,
It's not something you're gonna find on your calculator.
well, I know, but
90 and 90. So
would
if
it
he
be
moves
60
the line this
or
way,
no? This is confusing. Like, very much.
We gotta get going on this. We're running out of time here. So 180 degrees. So again, Remy, like you gotta have some of this down, like in notes or something. Like this has got to be super, super, familiar to you.
Uh-huh.
So, all right, now we're gonna write an equation. We're gonna write this instead of angle 3, measure of angle 3, 2x plus 8. This next thing instead of measure of angle 4 equals 180. Okay. What do you see here to do to solve this equation?
First, like multiplying 4 into the x on 1.
Okay, so tell me what that becomes.
4x plus 4.
Okay. All right, now what do you see is a needing to do to solve this?
Uh, to
combine
combine the like terms. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so go ahead and combine those for me.
When I combine them, I just add them, right?
That's
Okay.
correct.
these are pluses, right?
Yeah. So 6x plus 12 equals 180.
Okay, so this is now a two-step equation. You solve a two-step equation by first undoing addition and subtraction
So you
before
subtract 12.
multiplication. Yes. So I'd like you to
then-
solve this for x, please.
And my final answer is x equals 28.
All right, so let's check it. The way we're going to check this is to put it back into these two equations and see if the results give us what we expect.
Okay.
And so your teacher is hoping that you will do that on your test or quiz here. So again, like what that means is that 28 is going to go in there and that 28 is going to go in there. So the measure of angle 3 is 2 times 28 plus 8. The measure of angle 4 is 4 times 28 plus 1. Could you calculate both of these for us, please?
Yes. My first angle I got was 64.
How about the next one?
And the second one was 112.
You seem uncertain.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, you can use a calculator, you're 29, 4 times 29.
I should look again.
What'd you say?
So would it be 1113 then? Because it adds the one.
Sorry again.
28.
Do you have a calculator? I mean, I know you're not allowed to use it on class, but like for us, like just to save
Well,
time.
yeah,
it's
I
definitely good.
multiply 4 times 28, right? And then I add one.
I would add
Oh,
and then multiply like you did in the previous problem. Do what's inside parentheses.
116 or yeah.
There we go. Now, do these add to 180?
Yeah. So
They
that
do.
more useful.
And that's what we expect. That's your check. That
Yeah.
you've done. That's correct. All right. So since we're really short on time here, what I'm going to do for C is just set up the drawing and maybe get some time later to work on it. It says that if angle 7 is bisected, creating angles 8 and 9. Bisected means to cut in half. So
Okay.
we can say, okay, that's angle 7. And then we're going to cut it in half so that this is angle 8 and angle 9, and maybe somehow indicate that the whole thing is 7. But we know that the bisected angles are congruent. So we know that angle 8 is congruent to angle 9, which means that the measure of angle 8 equals the measure of angle 9, which means you're going to set the two equations equal to each other here.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Good job. We're all done for today.